I'm pretty disappointed. I didn't do a very good job today with the calls, with knowing when to box. So
Chaos, twists, and controversial decisions. The British GP was a roller coaster of emotions that left fans and drivers on the edge of their seats. Get ready to dive into the behind the scenes of strategies gone wrong, the frustrations of F1 stars, and the surprises no one saw coming. From Charles Leclerc swearing over the radio to Sergio Perez fighting to keep his spot at Red Bull, this weekend at Silverstone was breathtaking. And even though McLaren performed well, Norris was disappointed. We'll talk about the mechanical issues that took George Russell out of his home race and how this impacts the championship. It's going to be quite a journey through the highs and lows of the speed world, so buckle up and stay tuned until the end, because what's coming will leave you speechless. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with all the latest F1 news.
I'm not feeling good. It's too much now. It's been too many races, and I don't even know what to say anymore when I'm coming here.
Now let's dive headfirst into the drama that unfolded at Ferrari. Charles Leclerc, the Monegasque driver everyone loves, had a weekend to forget at Silverstone. And it's no exaggeration to say he was boiling with rage. Imagine this. You're racing on one of the most iconic tracks in the world, fighting for every position, when suddenly your team decides to put on intermediate tires on a dry track. It's like someone deciding to use an umbrella on a scorching sunny day. Leclerc didn't hold back, calling this decision a mistake that simply ruined his race. But it doesn't stop there, folks. Leclerc finished a lap behind the winner, Lewis Hamilton. A whole lap. For a driver of his caliber, that's like a slap in the face. And you know what's worse? This isn't the first time Ferrari has let Leclerc down. The driver himself vented that the last 4 GPs have been worse than a nightmare. Imagine what must be going through his mind. From winning in Monaco to finishing 14th at Silverstone, it's quite a fall. Ferrari needs to urgently shake up its strategy because the way things are going, it's complicated. Will we see drastic changes in the Italian team? Or will Leclerc continue to deal with decisions that seem straight out of a comedy show? The season still has many races left, and one thing is certain. The eyes of the world will be glued to every move of the Scuderia.
Yeah, it was a total disaster. We gambled on the first call.
Speaking of pressure, my friends, let's take a look at Sergio Perez's situation. The Mexican is in a tight spot at Red Bull, and the British GP only added fuel to the fire. Perez finished 17th. Yes, you read that right, 17th. For a guy driving one of the fastest cars on the grid, that's like trying to win a Formula One race with a regular car. The team made strategic errors, putting on intermediates too early, but let's be honest, Perez wasn't at his best either. The Mexican is feeling the hot breath on his neck, and it's not just because of the engine behind him. Rumors are swirling about Daniel Ricciardo potentially replacing Perez. Will we see a driver swap during the summer break? The pressure is so high you could fry an egg on Perez's helmet. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's quick and helps us bring more content to you. Back to Checo. He knows he needs to bounce back and fast. In his own words, he needs to focus on the upcoming races to overcome this tough period. It's like he's not just racing on the track, but also walking a tightrope in his career. One thing is certain, the next races will be crucial for Perez. It's time to show why he deserves to be alongside Max Verstappen, or, well, you know the rest. The F1 world is relentless, and Checo is about to face the most important race of his life, the race to keep his seat at Red Bull. Now, hold on to that excitement as we talk about McLaren. Who would have thought the Woking team would put on such a show at Silverstone, huh? Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri left everyone in awe. Norris crossed the finish line in 3rd place, getting on the podium at home and sending the British crowd into a frenzy. And rookie Piastri? He finished right behind in 4th. It's like McLaren found a magic turbo mode button hidden somewhere in the car. But not everything was perfect for the orange team. Team boss Andrea Stella admitted they also made some strategic errors. Imagine this. They didn't call Piastri in to change tires at the same time as Norris. It's like they forgot they had 2 cars on the track. Such slip-ups can be costly in a fiercely competitive season. Even so, McLaren's performance was a breath of fresh air in the paddock. Seeing a historic team back fighting at the front is incredibly exciting. Have they figured out some secret the other teams haven't noticed yet? The big question now is, Can McLaren maintain this pace in the upcoming races? Or was Silverstone just a flash of brilliance in the season? One thing is for sure, Norris and Piastri have proven they have plenty of talent to fight at the front. And let's not forget that this performance puts extra pressure on the other midfield teams. Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston Martin, everyone will now have to catch up to prevent McLaren from pulling ahead.
I started losing power, and next thing I had to retire the car, so yeah, really disappointed.
But wait, we can't forget to talk about the drama George Russell faced in his home race. The British Mercedes driver had a weekend to forget, and it wasn't for lack of talent or effort. Imagine this. You're racing in front of your home crowd, full of expectations, when suddenly, the car just lets you down. That's exactly what happened to Russell, who was forced to retire due to a water system issue in his car. It's like the universe conspired against him just when he needed to shine the most. And it's no exaggeration to say this retirement could seriously impact the championship. Every point counts in this fierce battle for the title, and Russell left Silverstone empty-handed. While Russell was suffering his retirement, his teammate Lewis Hamilton was celebrating a historic victory. And this is where it gets really interesting. How do these twists and turns affect team dynamics? How do drivers handle the pressure to perform consistently when bad luck seems to always be lurking? This season is far, far from over. And if there's one thing we've learned from this British GP, it's that absolutely anything can happen. So, folks, what did we learn from all the craziness at Silverstone? Well, one thing is certain. In F1, the only constant is change. Look, Ferrari urgently needs to rethink their strategy. They can't keep letting a talent like Leclerc down. Maybe they'll use this setback to revamp the team. Sometimes you have to break down to rebuild stronger. Red Bull? Well, they have quite a decision to make with Perez. But what if this moment of pressure is exactly what he needs to show what he's capable of? It wouldn't be the first time we've seen a driver rise from the ashes in F1. As for McLaren, they reminded us that the impossible is just an opinion. They proved that with hard work and a bit of daring, they can shake up the entire grid. Who else will be inspired by them and take that leap in quality? And for Mercedes, the message is clear. Consistency is the name of the game. They have the car, they have the drivers, they just need to put all the pieces together. In the end, the British GP was a powerful reminder of why we love F1 so much. It's unpredictable, it's thrilling, it's human. Every race is a chance for redemption, an opportunity to rewrite history. So, stay tuned, because if there's one thing this weekend taught us, it's that the next big twist could be right around the corner. And you don't want to miss any of it, do you? So subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to stay updated, and we'll see you at the next track.